Hey, it's Oz,
Hey, it's Anu.
and we're the Oz and Anu show. Anu, I'm so excited. Today we have Daniel St. George, one of our favorite colleagues, who's just taken over the role of Enterprise Strategy Lead at IBM. Welcome, Dan.
Well, that's awesome, Dan. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, team. I'm excited to be here.
So, Dan, it's been, 18 months now since ChatGPT was unveiled, and it's just taken the world by storm. Everybody's talking Gen AI right now, and who better to talk to than you? And our clients on a day-to-day basis are, asking about Gen AI. They're doing multiple pilots, things like that. But like, where is this going? Like, how are we scaling this? What's going on?
Yeah, that's a good question, Oz. The investment in generative AI is substantial, but probably not as substantial as analysts had probably thought it could be right at this stage. A lot of people are experimenting, innovating, doing pilots and proof of concepts, but I think there are challenges out there in terms of how do we actually scale and generate value from this technology.
So, Dan, when I joined IBM, one of the things that I was super impressed by the use of AI internally in the organization. We're almost like client zero for AI and Gen AI. So help me understand as we scaled AI and Gen AI internally in IBM. What is some of the learnings that we have from taking on this large task of scaling such an innovative and new technology in such a large organization? I'm telling you, my clients are asking that question on a daily basis. So are there any learnings that you can share with us that our clients can use?
Well, we do. We do have a lot of learnings because we've done it to ourselves a number of times, and we're continuing to automate and optimize using Gen AI. I think the first learning is that it's really an operating model capability that permeates through all four corners of an organization. What does that really mean? Well, it's not just a technology problem. It's a change management problem. It's about understanding how to generate value and align to your strategic priorities, and how that goes all the way down into your data sets that you use to train your Gen AI models. It's about automated workflows, organizational structure, how people interact with business processes, and it's about privacy, it's about security. And I think the number one thing that I see, particularly in government, because I know you work in government too, is this trust factor. Mm-hmm. How do we be responsible with our AI models when we scale? How can we use it in a way that's going to be trusted by our workforce and be trusted by the citizens that we serve as well?
All right, so we have to figure out a way to not only scale, but scale it responsibly.
Correct. Right, it's really important. Right. It's really, and we have learned that ourselves, and we have a really good method, framework, and tool set that we use for ourselves and our clients in order to do that.
Awesome. So IBM actually has quite a bit of accelerators, assets, frameworks that we have been able to pull together based on our experience scaling it internally in such a large organization that we can bring to our clients, of course.
Yeah,
very much so.
So help me understand this. A lot of time our clients are just focused on use cases right now. Like they look at use case, they're coming to us and say, tell us the use case of Gen AI and what can we do within our own organization of that. But is that enough? Do you think just taking a use case, doing a pilot on it, maybe building up an MVP on it, taking this small little piece to production, that's enough? Or is there something more to it?
That's a good place to start, Anu, but it depends on the use case and it depends on the area of business, how big it is, and how it aligns to value. And I keep saying that word value, but I think that's important too, because whenever we enact change in an organization, we want to do so that's going to both generate value, but also make sense from a cost perspective as well. And so, yes, that's a good place to start, but getting that use case into production and getting it is the next step. And then really understanding how can we scale that across the organization to other areas of the business, other use cases, other areas that are going to generate value, that's really critical as well.
So I think what you're saying is, yes, you can build up a use case, but you also need to think about how do you scale that up at a capability level and take it across your organization. So in public sector, if you're building up something around licensing and permitting using Gen AI, then the idea would be, where can you take that Gen AI leverage licensing and permitting capability across the entire government organization? Am I right about in terms of thinking it that way?
Correct. Correct.
Because that would build cost effectiveness too, right?
Yeah. And you're always thinking in parallel too. So when I'm doing my use cases, I'm building up organizational capabilities in this space, whether they be change management, whether they be automated workflows that can be reused in different processes, whether they be models that can be reused in different processes. You're building up that capability and almost the foundation of your house so that you can actually add and build on, that added value to that house.
Yeah, agreed.
Awesome.
In my world in the CRM, we're already using ticket deflection, smart workflows. That's all AI driven, and it corrects itself, and it as more data comes in. So absolutely. I think with that, because we've decided, Dan, we're gonna keep these like short snippets of like 3 to 4 minutes. I'll give our audience who've joined us graciously to put any questions in chat in YouTube or LinkedIn, and we would get them across to Dan. But again, Dan, thank you so much for coming. Wealth of knowledge, and don't be surprised if we call you back.
Thank you very much, Dean. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Awesome. Thanks, Dan.